Alright, 361 truck assembly. The removal of the disassembly, cleaning, inspection, repair, and assembly, and installation test. Toolkit SC494097 of the GLE12. Grease GEAA, personal required, graph lubricant. Material parts, dry cleaning, solvent electrical tape. 3. Remove the tag and disconnect 8. Traction motor lead, electrical leads 1. Remove the cotter pin 2 and pin 3. Disconnect handbrake connecting chain 4. Remove the 16 nuts 5 of the 8 U bolts 6. Remove the 4 sander hoses 7 out of the way. Remove the bolt 8 with lock washers 9. Clamp 10. Disconnect the air hose with the brake center on the line in connection with 11. Components of the locomotive that heavy may be awkward to handle. Use the correct lifting procedure, indicated lifting device, and assistance to other personnel to avoid injury. Note the remove of the swing bracket pins of the locomotive must be raised slowly. The shifting of the lifting device over the pins may be worked on spring brackets. When we're moving the repairing brake valve of the component, check the airline pipe with the corrosion brake split. If the loose connection, repair line with the pipe. If the replace with the defective pipeline's connection, refer to TM 5522102224 P identification pipeline. Remove 4 cotter pins 12 with the 2 swinging brackets. Pin 13, check with see if the steps 1 through 5 above have been completed. And then show the assets. A suitable lifting device on each for the corner of the locomotive. Check with the location will not interfere with the removal of the truck assembly. Use suitable lifting device raised the locomotive high enough, approximately 4 feet to clear of the truck assembly. Warning: one truck assembly is removed. A suitable supporting device must be installed with the under locomotive to prevent injury to personnel. Caution: be careful to avoid damage of the pipe. The wirings roll truck under the locomotive. Warning: components for the truck assembly are heavy. They may be awkward to handle. You with the correct lifting device. Proceed with the lifting device or assistance with other personnel to avoid. Remove the 2 cotter pins 14 with pins 15, slack adjuster 16. The removal of the cotter pin 17, 8 pin with the 18, 4 equalizer rise 19. Remove 2 bolts 20 with the lock washer 21. Disconnect the 2 airlines 22 with the remove of the gasket 23. Remove the 16 lock nuts 24 with the bolt 25. The 2 standard brackets 26. Remove the 12 bolts 27 with the lock washer 28. The 2 retainers 29. Bellows 30 with the remove the 4 bolts 31. Self-locking nuts 32. Suspension safety hangers 33. Alright, remove the 4-pin retainers 34 with the suspension guide pin for 35 so the direction can be removed. Remove the 8 bolt 36 with lock washer 37, the 4 pedestal iron 38. Check if the brake ring has been disconnected so that the frame 39 can be lifted from the wheels. Warning: component of the locomotive are heavy, may be awkward to handle. You with the correct lifting procedure with the indicated lift device. Assisting the other personnel to avoid injury. 18. Play with a suitable supportive device on using the traction motor jaw. Support the traction motor when the frame is lifted. You with the 1/2 inch heavy chain with a C-curve equalizer 40 to the frame, 39 with the 4 corners of the truck assembly. Note that the truck assembly may be lifted by swinging bracket pins over the corner of the frame. Attaching suitable lift by the 4 corners of the frame. Lifting on 39, lift the frame of the traction motor wheel assembly. 41. This assembly continued. Lower the frame 39 on the suitable supporting device. Remove the chain from securing with the 4 equalizer 40 for the frame 30 with the remove of the equalizer. Remove the 8 coil spring 42 with the number springs spacers 43 shims 44. Remove the 4 bolt for the 45 the lock washer 46 with the nut 47. Spring seat 48, 2 separate volt 4 equalizers 40. Remove the 4 powder pins 49 fins 50 with the 12 metal space with 51. 4 vertical brake 11 with 52. Remove the 4 cotter pins 53 with the castle nuts 54. Spring 55 washer 56 with the brake head pins 57. The brake heads 58 with the remove the 8 bolt 59 lock washer 60 nuts 61. 2 breaker cylinders 62. Turn the 4 nuts 63 until the suspension assembly is prepared with the 10 inches. Remove the suspension at assembly 64. Note: make sure the center plate rings are marked before removal. Remove the 8 bolt 62, lock washer 67, remove field dust cover 65, the center plate ring 68. Alright, cleaning, inspection, repair, warning. Dry cleaning over the PD-6A, the taxable flammable wear protective goggles with gloves, you with the only one ventilated areas, avoid contact with the skin on glove, do not breathe vapor, do not use the open flame, excessive heat flash point of 100 138 degrees, you become with the grid, dizzy, get fresh immediately. Air, immediately get medical aid. Contact with the eyes, make wash eye with get medical aid. Immediately compress air, you with the cleaning purpose, when exceed 30 psi, do not ever use direct compress air, scheme the you with the goggle full face shield. Use dry cleaning soap with the clean metal part with the dry cleaning press air with the the pedals. Inspect with the pedestal line with the cracked spray excessive wear. Use the table 360 check at the wear limits. Replay with the damaged pedestal line with the measurements are not obtained. Inspect side bearing and check wear limit. Replay with the damaged side with the wear plates over the damage for those measuring not obtained. Inspect center casting wear plate with excessive wear. Replay table 360 check the wear limits. Replay with the damaged wear plates. Oil filled fittings if the measurements are not obtained. Inspect brake loud lever pins, the other rigging wear tracks and brakes, and replay with the defective parts. Inspect springs, suspension bars, crack brakes, or other damage. Replay with defective parts. Inspect frame bolster, equalizer for the cracks. Repair cracks for the grooving, welding, grinding, smoothing. Inspect bellows for the cracks or damage. Replace the damage. Inspect dust cover cover for the cracks or damage. Replace the damage. Inspect remaining parts for the damage. Replace the necessary. Refer to table 360 for the truck data, assembly data. Alright, cleaning, inspection, repair, continue. Table 3-6 truck assembly. Total nominal pedestal liner clearance 1/8 of an inch. Total maximum pedestal liner clearance 3/8 of an inch. Total nominal lateral clearance 1/8 of an inch. Total maximum lateral clearance 3/8 of an inch. Side bearing nominal side bearing clearance 1/4 of an inch. Side bearing wearing plate thickness 1/4 inch. Side bearing wearing plate thickness 1/8 of an inch minimum. Axle lateral normal axle lateral 3/8 of an inch. Maximum axle lateral 5/8 of an inch. Assembly warning. Components of the truck assembly are heavy, may be awkward to handle with the correct lifting procedure with the indicating lifting device and incision for the other personnel to avoid injury. Tighten 4 notes 63 suspension supply 64 suppress compress maximum place the suspension assembly gets against the bolster in between lugs release tension suspension assembly 63 install 4 suspension guide pin 35 of the 4 pins retain 34 to the brake cylinder 62 with secured with 8 bolts 59 lock washer 66 nuts 61 install 4 brake hands 58 with the brake handle pins 57 the washer 66 50, spring 55, castle nut 54, cotter pins 53, install 4 vertical brake levers 52 and 12 metal spacers 51, secure 4 pins 50, cotter pins 49, install 4 springs seats 48 with the 4 equalizer 40, secure with the 4 lock washers 46 nuts 47 and bolts 45. Alright, assembly. Note, the snobber springs must be installed with the zigzag pattern starting with one nearest of the bolster. Install the 4 snobber spacer 43 with the spring seats, 48 with the edge shim 44. Install the 8 coil springs 42 with the coil spring must be shimmed to be equal height. Use 1/2 inch heavy chain. Secure the 4 equalizer 40 to the frame 39 4 corners of the truck assembly. Warning, components of locomotive are heavy may be awkward to handle with the correct lifting procedure. Indicate lifting device and assistance to other personnel to avoid injury. To have suitable lifting device hoist for the 4 corners of the frame 39 lifting frame over the traction motor wheel axle assembly. Slower lower frame 39 with the check of the pedestal frame enter the jaw ball bearing journal boxes axle. Warning, insulation traction motor suspension assembly traction motor must be tilted up so that the traction motor jaw starts on the spring assembly from the bottom. Check the traction motor jaw lines up with the suspension assembly 64. Install the 2 suspension safety hangers 33. Secure the 4 lock self-locking nuts 32 and bolts 31. Install the 2 bellows 30 retainer 29 securing 12 bolts 27 lock washers 28. Install the 4 pedestal binders 38. Secure the 8 lock washers 37 and bolts 36. And to the 2 sander brackets 26. Secure the 16 bolts 25 securing lock nuts 24. Alright, install the 2 slack adjusters 16 securing pin and 2 pins 15 cotter pins 14. Install the 4 equalizer rods 19. Secure the 8 pins 18. The 8 cotter pins 17. Connect with the 2 airlines 22 with the brake cylinder 62. Install the gasket 23. Secure the lock washer 21. 4 bolts 20. Install refer to TM 552210223212. Adjust the brakes. Install the dust cover 65. 8 bolts 66 lock washer 67. Center plate ring 68. Alright, installation apply graphite pancakes to center plate ring 68. We cover the entire wear surface of the roll of the truck assembly in position under locomotive. Warning, components of the locomotive are heavy and may be awkward to handle with the correct lifting procedure. Indicate lifting device assistance with other personnel to avoid injury. Use suitable lifting device. Lower the locomotive. Check with the male center ring. Enter for the center plate ring 68 without binding. Install the swing bracket pin. The locomotive may be raised slowly. Lifting device so that the pins may be worked into swing brackets. Install 2 swing bracket pins 13. Secure the 4 powder pins 12 to connect the air hose brake cylinder line connection 11. Secure the clamp 10 lock washers 9 bolt 8. Install 4 sander hoses 7. Secure the 8 bolt U-bolt 6 and 12 16 nuts 5. Install handbrake connecting chain 4. Secure with the pin 3 and the cotter pin 2. Connect 8 traction motor leads 1 terminals with the remove the tag wrap connection with the insulating tape. Check the side bearing clearance and corners with the table 3-6.